Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether it's YouTube, Apple Podcast, or Spotify, and as well as social media, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Don't forget, episodes come out every Tuesday, Thursday, and then also post-game episodes as well. And sometimes I will try to do a watch-along. Those will be postponed for the time being until my technology can be upgraded to help improve the podcast. And I will usually use my avatar when doing that. But I hope everyone is enjoying their week. Today was a great day in general. Um, we had the Champions League draw. I know some people aren't too thrilled with with the draw. I am going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about the preview. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes winning Player of the Year. So it's been a good 2 days for, depending on how you want to look at the matchup. But no, I hope everyone has been enjoying the week. I hope everyone's looking forward to the weekend. We also do have a match going on Sunday. We have Ipswich versus United. That's going to be the preview, like I mentioned. So yeah, it's going to be a packed episode today, just to discuss a lot of things to cover as well. Um, and again, I do apologize. I will try to fit in some of the women's team as well today too. Obviously, I have fallen so behind on the women's squad, and I blame myself too. So if I don't get it tonight, I'm going to try and sneak in an episode as well, just to do a catch up. I've done a horrible job just trying to get that done. Obviously, with the start of the Premier League, we are 1 week away from the women's squad, so I kind of need to do my. I need to jump on it because I have to do a preview for that as well. They kick off the season opener 1 week tomorrow. They're playing London City Lionesses 1 week from tomorrow. So I'll try to get them in today. If not, I'm going to get in an episode on the weekend. So yes, I will get some time to dedicate towards the women's squad. I do apologize for that. And I will be doing watch alongs with them as well. So I will get there. I am very sorry. So, but yeah, going back to it, transfers, obviously, as of right now, like most of the time, quiet on the transfer front. It has been. We have rumors, to say the least. The Balde transfer has kind of gone silent. There's the talks of the Philippe Mateta, who I've mentioned, who I've liked. There's talks about him potentially joining. It's sad that we can barely sell anyone, and Nico Jackson, Enzo, Fernandez, Garnacho, Liam Delap have all been sold. Now they've brought in players as well. Emi Martinez has now joined Chelsea. They also have Rogers as well that's joined. LaCroix as well, who has also joined. So they've brought in players to help as well. And Chelsea is going to scare me this season, especially with the way they've reloaded. It's insane how all the players that Amorim wanted last season two of the players are on fucking Chelsea now. Martinez and Rogers. They're on there now. Yeah. I think even one Ollie Watkins, who is now obviously not there anymore, but there's talks of more. I may be wrong on Rogers. I may have been getting confused with Ollie Watkins, but I think it was Ollie Watkins. My apologies. But still, the way they're spending and getting things going, the 3-4-3. They also have the players for the 3-4-3. It's tough because our players are single-minded. Let's say that. Unfortunately, yeah, it's sad. And hands down to, or give it a round of applause to the ownership and everything, willing to back Alonso and the system. So they're like, I had my concerns, and Tottenham continue to spend, and they're trying to build. So obviously we have two teams there that we're willing to spend, and we are going to be behind. So again, nothing about Santos, Tielemans, now Carlos Baleba, but right now we're in a struggle right now. So, but yeah, it's a process. There's a lot of things going on, so that's a lot of things need to be done. There's still not going to be a left back. There's a lot of concerns. There is. There's still concerns, and we're Tuesday. Tuesday is the final day, so it's either going to go into the 11th hour, and boom. So a lot of stuff to work on with this United squad, or with this United board trying to get players. So it's just a matter of waiting and seeing how it progresses. So yeah, so I do have to correct myself on that. Um, there were plenty of players that Amorim tried to get. Obviously, Emi Martinez. I know Rogers was mentioned with Manchester United. Um, that may have been after Amorim, so my apologies for the error. But yeah, like we tried to get Ollie Watkins. Villa sold him for 45 million euros. Tell me United couldn't get him last year, and somehow Sesko, or if not, why couldn't you try and push for him this year? But Philippe Mateta, I'm okay with him if they're able to get him. I think they're probably going to try and get him for like 30 million euros. So we'll see how that goes. No, there's a lot of things that they need to work on. So, but yeah, the transfer is not going the best, but hopefully we get things going. So, but like managers are getting what they want. That's why we didn't get a prolific manager because of this board. Please remember that we and we're not getting players coming to United because they know what's happened the last 2 years. We've done such a horrible job the last 2 years. We're scaring off people to bring in. So, but yeah. Champions League draw was today as well, which we're all excited for. Because again, we are less than 2 weeks from Champions League matches going on. They kick off the 8th, the 9th, or the 10th. So we have those matches going. So the schedule is going to be released on Saturday. So we'll see that going on. So we got to get ourselves prepared. So yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out when our first game is. Is it going to be away or is it going to be at home? Considering they are away with Everton and then they're at home against Man City. So I'm sure they're going to try and push for a home game, to say the least. So, but listen, I'm quite thrilled with it. Well, it all depends on how you look at it here. Oh, look, a quiz. Yeah, there's been some mixed reviews from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about the Champions League. For the Champions League draw for Manchester United, there's been mixed reviews, to say the least. At least I'm in that middle. I did say Byron and Sporting as two of the teams that I wanted to face when I was chatting with some friends. So, but no, at home we're facing Byron, Roma, Leipzig, and Saba, and then away we're at Atletico Madrid, Sporting, Villarreal, and Como. So yeah, it's going to be a fight, to say the least. There is concerns. Hopefully we can win at Roma and win at Sporting. Facing Atletico and Byron, yes, I'm well aware that we drew with Atletico, but again, that was preseason. This game actually matters. So we need to make sure we're there. So we have that. We have Byron. We have Atletico. Tough matchups. Hopefully we rebound better than we did last time, but the concern is that we haven't moved. Our fitness hasn't been the best. We have to move the ball. When we're facing teams like Atletico, Byron, like they have to try and slow down their attack. We have Roma, we have Sporting, Leipzig, Villarreal, Como. We're all facing tough teams. We are. We are. Can we like we're gonna need at least minimum. I think a lot of people are like we're gonna need at least 12 points minimum, depending on how we get them. Like we're gonna need the points. We're gonna need the depth. Look who we're facing. Like we're facing some tough matches. So yeah, this board better start worrying about what it's going to be like. So there is concerns, and I know they're talking about Omar Barada. We saw Sir Jim, we saw Wilcox there. Wilcox, or what was it, Radcliffe? I think at one point looked like he was a little scared when he saw what we had. So I think they're hoping for an easier draw. Hopefully that they can, get through, get more revenue, make some more money. It's not looking good. It's not. So again, So it all depends on who we play first at home. That's what it is. Like obviously Bayern's going to want to play at home for their first game. Um, Roma's probably going to want to, like, everyone's going to want to play at home. Athletic, like it's a matter of who we go first. So we'll find out Saturday the official lineup for the matches, but like Villa got a good draw. We got a questionable draw. So I did want Bayern and I wanted Sporting. I was hoping that we'd be playing Sporting at home. But obviously we're on the road there. So yeah, but hey, we're playing La Liga teams. What else is new when we're in competition? Villarreal, Atletico Madrid. We got some tough opponents. The easiest one would probably be maybe Sporting, maybe Como. It's Byron is the toughest one that we have. So like the road is not easy for this Champions League, not for United. It's not. It is definitely not easy for this club. So, but we just gotta be patient, wait and see how it goes. It's just gonna, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the squad goes. The first test is in a week, less than a week, where we're away, Champions League in the middle, and then we're playing a derby. Yeah, we're out in Liverpool. We don't know where we're playing our first Champions League match, and then we're at a derby. Oh, by the way, EFL Cup is that it was the week after as well. We're playing Brighton, so we're gonna have it's literally, what is it, potentially 5 games in 5 games in 2 weeks. One of them being two of them being important cup games, Champions League, and then the EFL, the Carabao Cup. It's an important one. We play Brighton, so we're gonna have our challenges. Right now, I'm hoping that right now we've already dropped 3 points against Hull. They're not playing well. I don't care about whether it's one game or not. We still drop points. Like I said, we can drop points in these first 3 matches. We're gonna see our rotation over the next little bit. So we have what? So this is our last game for once a week. So next Sunday, we don't know it yet, but it's either gonna be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Sunday against City, the cup game against Brighton in the middle of that week, and then Fulham that week after, that Sunday after. That's the pressure's there, ladies and gentlemen. That's that's the time where we have to see our rotation. Like I said, PSG leads AC Milan. That was the test there, and we saw them fail against AC Milan because of rotation, like lack of fitness. So, like as much as we got the draw, and yes, there's mixed reviews, and yes, even I have mixed reviews about this, and I'm not too thrilled because again, maybe minimum 12 points is what we need to get into the next round. We may not see the next round. I don't want to be negative. I really don't. But my concern is the rotation and the health. We do not have the depth right now to compete. We don't. We're missing. Like they're trying to find players now that can play two positions. Like, can we get a fucking break, please? Like, if that player goes down and injured, you're now down a player who was vital in two positions. Buy the fucking players. Find a free. Get depth. Find freeze on depth. Come on. Like, look who we're facing. Like if we're playing Byron in the middle of the week, are you sacrificing the derby, or are you sacrificing Everton? Roma Sport, like when we have to travel or do, are you willing to sacrifice? No. Like I had like yeah. Luke Shaw cannot play that many games in 2 weeks. Neither could Mason Mount. It's great that Mount's coming back this week, but we're not going to have healthy people coming out of that 2 weeks. I can say that we are going to lose players. We are. We are going to lose players for this. So it's concerning, just to say the least. It is concerning for that. So I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think as well. So the matchup this week. It's a little bit of an episode here. Obviously we had our first game last week. We lost 2-0. Obviously everyone was thrilled about it. Obviously the chaos has slowed down a little bit, but the chaos is still there from the aftermath of losing 2-0 to Hull City. We are now facing another promoted team in Ipswich, who we did face 2 years ago. We did have our struggles with them. Let me just take a look at our head-to-head. Alrighty. So, yeah, we last faced them February 26, 2025, where we just scraped by winning 3-2, and then we drew them as well. Who was our squad at that time? Let's look at our lovely lineup here. Yeah. Yeah. One of them was an own goal. Delit scored. Oh, yeah. Hold on here. Yeah. So own goal. And then Dorgu. Or no. Oh, no. Dorgu got a red. That's right. Sorry, I'm reading that wrong. Dorgu got a red. So all the goals were in the first. So we had the own goal that we got. Delit. And then Maguire. Yeah. And they scored quick on us too. They did. We got lucky. Yeah. They scored quick on us. They scored quick on us. It was tied at half when they scored. Yeah. They scored in extras to tie. It was 2-2. And we yeah. And our defenders had to come great. Yeah. It wasn't good when we played them. And we drew them before that. So we drew and we won. But it looks like that was a scrape by win. It was a scrape. Considering that we lost Dorgu at the half. I remember that. It was a slide tackle from Dorgu. But yeah, we scraped by. So this week it's going to be different. Like I hope this time it's different. It has to be different this time. Like I saw them at training today. I was not too overly impressed. I don't think many people are overly impressed with the way Manchester United are right now at this time. We like the intensity has to pick up, the running has to pick up. Like they can't fall asleep at the wheel. As I stated before, and I said this on my preview for the Hull game. Like we're the ones with the pressure. Ipswich, they won their first match. Ipswich won their first match. They beat Sunderland. What was it? Um, no, they beat. I don't know why. No, yeah, they did. They beat Sunderland, and they just played Leicester City this week for the cup. So they beat Sunderland 2-1. They're actually on if you're including their cup, they're on a little 2-game win streak. But the pressure going into Sunday, if I'm Ipswich, I'm not feeling any pressure. I'm going in with a manageable game plan. If I'm them, I'm taking notes for what Hull City has done. For to be honest, I would. I would literally take notes from Hull City and look at what they did to us. That's basically, yeah. That's how I would do it. Take those notes and then go forward with it. But there is going to be pressure from us. Like, there's going to be pressure on us, not from Ipswich. Ipswich is going to go in with a game plan and execute it. There's no concerns with them. They won their first match. They're planning to win again. Their pressure is to be consistent. But again, people were expecting easy wins for the first 3, and then suddenly got shocked that we dropped the Hull. If we come out of this game, we know the spin is going to be everyone overreacted. Everyone started doing the Amram thing, the criticism. Listen, we saw yes, we're happy with the wins and everything, but there were concerns last season, even with the way we were winning with Ipswich, even with any game last year, even just scraping by through Ipswich. Like I mentioned, winning 3-2, yeah, it's great, but we had to rely on an old goal, and we had to rely on DeLitt and Maguire for scoring when we played that game. That was times when Amram, that was at the beginning of Amram's tenure and whatever. But that some of those players are still there from that time. Let me just get up like the head-to-head from that match. Go to the new tab. Go back to the preview. So yeah, we just yeah. Here is who's gone. Okay, so this was what our lineup was at the time. Yeah, we were depleted with injuries. Aiden Heaven was just there, like, yeah, because Manu wasn't playing, but here we go. Like, Maguire, Fernandez, Onana, who's now like Fernandez, Delo, Maguire, they're still here. Dorgu is still here. Lenny Yoro is still here. DeLitt is still here. He's injured. Xerxes is still there. He will probably be featured this weekend. So, yeah, like obviously Onana, Garnacho, Hoyland are not there. Ugarte, obviously he wasn't going to get sold this summer because we can't sell players, but chances are he would be playing in this game. So like we have improvements. So let's not get carried away. We have improved. Our goalkeeping has improved. We've had players there to replace at striker and as well as on our wings. So yes, and our midfield has improved. Bruno won't be in the 8. Ugarte won't be playing there as well. So obviously I'll discuss my lineup, but yes, things have changed since that last game, but some players are still here from that roster. Ugarte's out injured. Onan is just on loan. We still have some players here. Like, realistically, Garnacho and Hoyland are the only 2 that are actually officially sold from the club. So, but no, we're gonna have our challenges again. Like I said, we're like, we will have our challenges going into this game, and again, the pressure isn't there much for us. It's like we won't have that much pressure, ladies and gentlemen. Or sorry, Ipswich won't have that much pressure in comparison to us. We have fans sweating as we're going into this game because they're afraid that we may lose points. No shit. Like, we're not going to see Baleba until at least mid-September. chances are he won't be playing until after the international break, unless his ankle magically heals. Um, so yeah, there is going to be our challenges going into it, but no, Ipswich has no pressure right now. Ipswich, like looking at everything, Ipswich does not have any pressure going into this match. We do. We have to make up for last week. People need to step up their game. Our attack has to be there. It was lacking. So expect a change in the attack potentially. I'm hoping Sesko is starting. I hope we're moving the ball. Nothing against Dorgu, but I think he should be coming off the bench. I don't want Shaw starting, but he's going to probably start. It's probably there's something that I believe like what would happen, and then what I think he may do as the safest route. Like so, for me, it's hard to predict because as I was looking at it here, um, like for me, I would like to see Embuemo, Cunha, and Sesko as our attack with Bruno. Like those are our those they were all signed. That should be our front attack. Chances are, we're probably we're probably gonna see Rashford potentially starting, and that's what I believe. But for me, I wouldn't have him start. I'd have him come off the bench because you have to go with that attacking core of Sesko, Cunha, and Embuemo. You have to. Diallo is injured, so he doesn't look like he'll be there. We'll have Baleba won't be there, obviously due to injury. Mount should be back for this game. But when looking at the back four, I don't think he's going to bench Shaw. He won't. Especially when the two of them were thinking the exact same after the post-game speech. I still want Heaven to start. Maguire will probably start. Delo will probably start. I don't know if he's going to bring in Mazraoui. He's probably going to go with Delo. Mainu, I think, starts. I think he's going to come up with a pair of Mainu and Santos for Sunday. That's just how I'm going to look at it. Mainu and Santos is probably going to be our midfield pair. Bruno at his usual spot. And then hopefully we see the combination of Cunha and Sesko, or Embuemo and Cunha on the wing, and Sesko there. Realistically, he would probably go with Licha. Like, chances are we're going to have the same back four starting on Sunday than we did 2 years ago or 4 years ago against Brentford when we lost. I think it was like 4-1. That's like when we're talking about change in culture, which the Glazers and Ineos have foolishly bullshitted their way into it. The one thing that Amorim tried to change, we still have Shaw, Maguire, Delo. Yes, Rashford's back. Yes, Bruno. I even said it, but like, look at that five. Why, like, no one else is concerned about that? Nobody? Like, I would like to have Mazraoui and Delo. Like, Mazraoui can play on the left. Have him start on the left. He starts on the left for Morocco. He's a left back for Morocco for his national team. So have him start there. He can move the ball up. Like Heaven and him together should be fine. Shaw, yeah. Because guess what? During those 2 weeks, Shaw is going to be limited. Like I said, we're going to get hit. We're going to get hit with injuries in that 2 weeks. Mount's going to come off the bench. If not, I would just wait for Mount to come back next. Like, I wouldn't even use Mount in this game on Sunday. Why risk it? You're going to need him for next week when we're at Everton, playing our Champions League game, playing the Derby, playing Brighton, and then facing Fulham. We're going to need him for that. So, what I like as my full lineup, and I'll go my full lineup. Leman's obviously in net. Obviously, I've talked about what's there. Shaw, I just like realistically, this is what I'm going to believe versus what I want. What I believe is going to happen is Shaw will start. I would like Mazraoui to start. And then you would have Delo on the left. Heaven continue his position. Maguire there. Delo, obviously. So Mainu has to get in for the start. I think just last week, the way Tillemans was, Mainu has to be there. Santos, who has been playing well, didn't play the best, but there was concern after. But have him come in, have him starting. Or you may see Manu and Tillemans, but I think Santos has the better legs. Bruno obviously there, but I would like to see consistency, like get that attack going. It has to start from him at one point. Mbuemo, Cunha out on the wing, Sesko, like just get that attack going. We can't just be one dimensional and whatever and like hope that, everyone puts in 50 crosses. My God, we need to use our striker properly. Hold him up, chase through the middle, stop with these crosses, stop trying to like just throw it in. Give him the chance when you give him the ball, let him score. Let him score. That's what we have him for. And hope that they do not do a low block against us. But chances are, when they've seen the way we've played, why not just use the low block? They can score quickly on us. They can. Hull City scored quickly, and then we saw it all through the preseason. Multiple times. How fast did they score? How many times did our opponents score before we did? Let me just check Hull. Yeah, Hull 17 and 38 minutes. But we have been giving up the first goal. It's go back to matches. I want to make like I'm trying to do Manchester United matches, but you just go to fixtures. So let's just take a look here. Obviously, we're the ones that scored quickly. So Leeds. Yeah, we scored quickly against Leeds. We scored the first against Leeds, which is fine. We've been wanting that. So PSG scored in the first 2 minutes. Atletico Madrid scored in the first 5 minutes. And then Wrexham scored first. We've had concerns of giving up the first goal, then having to chase. So we have to find ways to slow it down. We have to find ways to control it and not let them get those quick ones. So yeah, the pressure's on. We have to. But Dorgu, like I would like him on the wing, but like if they're not getting a left back, like you're gonna have to put Dorgu there. Like they're looking for a back that can play center back as well as left back. Like, why are you looking for multiple position players? Like it's just not right. Like you chose a formation to play to our players' strengths, but man, they're just relying on big plays, long balls. Like it's just not. Yeah. But no. Yeah, I'll leave it there. So I'm gonna do an episode for the women's squad Saturday. So keep an eye out for that episode. If either tomorrow or Saturday, I'll have an episode out, just one in there. But no, like we the game is a win. Like they must win on Sunday against Ipswich. It is must. But the pressure is on. Like it is. Like we have a mixed emotion Champions League draw and a must win on Sunday. Like there's a lot of things going on. So but no, I'll leave it there. I'll talk to you guys obviously in the next episode for the women's squad. If not, I'll talk to you guys on Sunday after Ipswich. Hopefully we come out with a win, but the spin after that is just gonna be And then back Tuesday, Thursday, previews for Everton, and I got to do the preview, and then I'm going to do predictions with the women's squad. That's going to be the episode on Saturday, talking about the women's squad. And then preview for. I'm probably going to do episode Wednesday too. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to have episodes out. One for the preview game against London City Lionesses, one game for the preview against Everton, and then Tuesday just catching up on everything from the weekend as well. I will try to do a post-game episode with the London scene Lionesses, so I'll try to do that. And then just a busy week next week as well. And then plus figuring out Saturday what's happening with Champions League. We'll probably talk about 2 seconds of that on Saturday. Who we're playing first, but no. Busy next couple weeks for sure with the podcast. So enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the match on Saturday or on Sunday. Enjoy and then I'll talk to you guys on Saturday with the women's squad, and then I'll talk to you guys post game on Sunday after Ipswich. Hopefully we're coming away with the W. So enjoy the rest of your Thursday, enjoy your Friday, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the matches. I will talk to you guys Saturday and Sunday. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory. Oh, sorry. And lastly, like, subscribe, follow YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and social media, Instagram, TikTok, or X as well. I'll talk to you guys later. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory, Man United.